Good afternoon, I'm Joey Francisco. This is One News Now. More areas are now under tropical cyclone wind signal number 1 as tropical storm Ambo continues to move towards the Luzon landmass. As of 11 a.m. today, signal number 1 was raised over northern Samar, the northern portion of Samar province, and the northern portion of eastern Samar. Strong winds that may damage some crops and structures made of light materials may be experienced in these areas. The tropical storm was last seen over the Philippine Sea off the coast of Borongan, eastern Samar. It has maintained its strength since this morning, packing winds between 85 and 105 kilometers per hour. However, PAGASA says Ambo will likely intensify into a severe tropical storm within the next 24 hours and become a typhoon ahead of its expected landfall in Sorsogon on Friday. Its eye wall will then hit other parts of Bicol, Calabarzon, Central Luzon, Cordillera, and Ilocos region. Keep in mind, though, that considering the diameter of Ambo, parts of the Cagayan Valley region and even Metro Manila will be affected. With Tropical Storm Ambo projected to make landfall over parts of Region 5 this week, the province of Albay is already bracing for the impact. To give us updates on this, we have with us on the line Albay Governor Al Bichara. Governor Bichara, kamusta po kayo dyan and how are you preparing for the impact of Ambo?
We have convened all the LGUs, disaster management officers for a meeting and for preparation. So nakahanda na lahat. Anyway, Joby, it's the usual preparation. Kasi sanay na kami dito sa mga bagyong ito. So they will start evacuating yung mga nasa eastern seaboard starting tomorrow.
Okay, Governor Bichara, alam ko na talaga namang meron kayong mga SOPs na, no, because your places parang lagi naman po nadadaanan ng mga bagyo, no? Pero this is a very special case po sa mga panahon na to, lalo't meron tayong problema sa COVID. So how will you implement yung social distancing at saka yung safety po ng mga kababayan ninyo kapag ka nag-evacuate?
Magdadagdag kami ng mga evacuation centers dahil we have to, for every evacuation center, 50% lang ang ma-accommodate, hindi gaya noon. So we'll still maintain the distancing and of course, gagamit sila ng mga masks. But yung mga barangay na yan, wala namang problema pagdating sa COVID. But yung mga mag-asikaso sa kanila, yung officers na would be in charge of the evacuation centers, they have to be more extra careful para kung yung kaso walang hawa ng mga walang transmitter ng virus.
Governor Bichara, we know that we are under ECQ, no? Pati po kayo. But the thing is, kailangan talaga ang communication, very important. Diyan sa gagawin po ninyong evacuation or information campaign kapag nang dahil sa bagyo na paparating. So papaano nyo po gagawin yan para talagang marating ninyo at mabigay ang impormasyon sa mga kababayan ninyo ng agad-agad?
Well, then, nasa radio station, yung information sa mga social media. And we have tinatawag namin lahat yung mga disaster management officers sa bawat bayan para bigyan ng mga instructions kung anong gagawin nila. And alam na nila, most of them alam nila ang gagawin nila. So it's a matter lang of observing yung social distancing saka yung wearing a mask. So hindi, mga mangyayari, we'll have more evacuation centers kasi yung occupants ng evacuation center will have to minimize it to accommodate lesser families in its evacuation center.
Governor, just in case na magkaroon nga ng evacuation scenario, no, because of Ambo, we know that syempre masyado ng maraming nailabas din naman na pondo na ang inyong probinsya para po tulungan ang ating mga kababayan. Meron pa bang enough kayo po na pondo o kaya supply to house or to at least to take care of the evacuees?
Well, actually, overnight lang naman ito. Hindi gaya ng volcano eruption. Patagalan yun. this is an overnight incident case that we can accommodate yung kaya pa namin.
Okay. Thank you very much, Albay Governor Albi Chara. Up next, the government's 9th We Heal as One COVID facility will open next week in Muntinlupa. That story and more when the One News Now returns. Good afternoon. You're watching One News Now. The Philinvest tent has been formally turned over to the Muntinlupa City Government, which plans to use it as a quarantine facility for COVID-19 patients with mild symptoms and those who are asymptomatic. Let's check out what it looks like from JC Cosico. JC.
Yes, Jovi, the site was inspected by Health Secretary Francisco Duque III, National Task Force Against COVID-19 Chief Implementer Carlito Galvez Jr., the Fire Bureau, and the DPWH. They're targeting to open the facility next week. This is the government's 9th We Heal as One center. The facility can accommodate 108 patients housed in air-conditioned rooms. The rooms are fitted out with the furniture to make the patients stay comfortable. There's also a nurse's call button too. The government will pay for their meals as well as access to the internet. Personnel from the BFP Emergency Medical Services will be assigned here, while the Office of the Civil Defense will provide the equipment. Nurses will also work at separate stations to minimize exposure to patients. We asked Secretary Duque over the supposed inconsistencies in the government's reports on COVID-19. He said that this could be probably due to patients' failure to completely fill out the case investigations forms. Here's more of his explanations.
Papaimbestigahan natin kasi syempre pwede, may mga encoding issues that we really have to review the entire process. So, yun. Basta ang mahalaga doon ay tinatanggap natin yung kanilang mga observations that will help guide us in the institution of corrective measures. Kasi mahabang process Hindi naman siya simpleng proseso. And you're talking about big data here, no?
Jovi Galvez didn't answer us directly whether the government could actually achieve its target of conducting around 15,000 tests daily by May 15. But what the officials are telling us is that there are testing centers failing their proficiency tests, hence affecting their accreditation. And to add to that, a global supply for testing kits is thinning out. Jovi?
Thank you, JC Cosico. Meanwhile, Cebu Pacific cancels all flights, both domestic and international, as well as services operated by CebGo until the end of the month. The palace earlier decided to place Metro Manila, Laguna, and Cebu City under a modified ECQ from May 16 to May 31. Passengers are advised to manage their bookings online and they can avail of any of the following options. 1. They may rebook their flights to any date within 3 months for free. Fare differences are also waived. 2. They can also choose to place the full cost of the ticket in a travel fund which is valid for a year. Passengers can use this to either book a flight up to 1 year ahead or pay for add-ons like baggage allowance or seat selections. Or number 3, they can ask for a full refund. Processing though will start after the community quarantine is lifted and regular work schedules resume. But because of the volume of requests, this could take as long as 4 billing cycles. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News Now. Good afternoon, you're watching One News Now. PNP NCRPO Chief Debold Sinas denies hosting a birthday party in his quarters in Camp Bagong Diwa on May 8. But several photos taken of the alleged celebration have been making the rounds on social media. Sinas was photographed receiving flowers and several cakes, as well as a tarpaulin bearing the words, "Happy Birthday, Sir." It appears that around 50 people were photographed getting food from a buffet table and eating together while sitting on party chairs and tables. Still, Sinas told One News the Chiefs it was not a birthday party.
Actually, hindi po kami nag-party. Wala po nag-party. Mga well-wishers ko po yon, di ba? Yung mga tauhan ko po na dumalaw, nagmanyanita. Siyempre, tatanggapin ko tatanggapin ko 'yon. At nagmamas naman sila, nag-gloves pa yung iba at saka nag-social distancing.
For more updates, follow News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World Online. We'll throw you now to Malacanang, where presidential spokesperson Harry Roque is holding a press briefing. I'm Joey Francisco. We are One News.
Bagong gumaling, nag-recover, makikita niyo po tumaas, bagamat itong mga nakalipas na araw may bahagyang pagbaba. Nandiyan pa rin po na patuloy na tumataas ang numero mga nagkakasakit ng COVID-19, pero kung mapapansin niyo po, hindi naman po matarik ang pagtaas. Ibig sabihin talagang yung ating ECQ ay kahit papano ay gumana po talaga. Dahil kung hindi po, diretsong pataas yan, no? Kung hindi tayo nag-impose ng ECQ. At patuloy pong tumataas ang mga nagre-recover, patuloy din pong at patuloy naman pong maging stable kahit papano ang mga namamatay sa COVID-19. Si Secretary Anyo will have a short clarification now. Yes, Secretary Anyo.
Magandang tanghali sa ating lahat. Itong ating clarification ay dito sa na-issue na resolution number 35 ng IATF na kung saan ay nadideklara ang iba't ibang areas sa modified ECQ, GCQ. At dito sa resolution ay nagkaroon ng deklarasyon na ang 37 probinsya at 11 cities kasama ang BARM, sila ay nailagay bilang low-risk provinces, HUCs and ICCs shall no longer be under community quarantine without prejudice to strict observation of minimum health standards. Marami pong mga local chief executives, governors at mayors na nagsagawa ng petition, request, at sinasabi nila na hindi pa sila handa para tanggalin ang community quarantine. Kaya ito ay magkakaroon po tayo ng amendment na pagtitibayin mamaya sa ating IATF meeting upang ang mga provinces na ito, 8 region, 37 provinces, 11 cities, at kasama na po yung BARM, malalagay sila sa modified general community quarantine. Ang ibig pong sabihin, modified GCQ, magkakaroon pa rin ang ating mga local chief executives ng guidelines kung paano niya ipapatupad ang modified GCQ para sa ganon ay meron siyang kapangyarihan na magagamit na matigil ang pag-spread ng virus sa mga lugar na meron pa. Kasi kapag wala ng quarantine ay in-expect natin na baka magkaroon ng second or third wave. Kaya wala na po tayong area sa buong Pilipinas na hindi under ng community quarantine. Iba-iba lang pong level. Ito pong low risk ay mapupunta sa modified community quarantine. At meron din naman po tayong guidelines na i-issue para susundin ang ating mga local government units.
Maraming salamat. Si Secretary Duque, meron siyang presentation po on minimum health standards. Thank you very much, Secretary Anyo. So ulitin ko po, wala na pong lugar sa Pilipinas na hindi nasa ilalim ng community quarantine. Yung nauna pong areas na sinabi natin na wala na pong community quarantine, balik po sila under modified GCQ.
No,
Ha? GCQ lang, sabi di ano?
Modified.
Modified GCQ. So ngayon po, lahat ng area sa Pilipinas, meron pa rin pong community quarantine from modified ECQ to GCQ to modified GCQ. Secretary Duque?
Maraming salamat, Secretary Harry Roque at saka ang lahat ng kasama ko po sa Interagency Task Force at sa ngalan po ng Department of Health ay bumabati po ako sa lahat ng isang napaka-magandang araw. Una po sa lahat, kasama ng inyong mga lingkod bayan, gusto kong magpasalamat sa inyong lahat, sa inyong pagsasakripisyo sa mga nakaraan 2 buwan. Hindi po ito madali, ngunit kinakailangan natin ito gawin para maprotektahan ang ating mga pamilya at ang mga kababayan. Ang bad news, nakakatakot ang COVID-19. Pero ang good news ay may magagawa tayo. At kaya natin itong talunin o pabagalin ang pagkalat. Iyon ang ginawa natin sa loob ng 8 linggo. Kaya naman sa mga susunod na mga araw, may mga lugar na hindi na mapapabilang sa Enhanced Community Quarantine or ECQ. Pero hindi pa tapos ang laban. Ika nga, kumbaga sa basketball, walang katapusang overtime ito. Hanggang walang bakuna. Parang zombie lang ang kalaban natin. Balik ng balik. Parang comeback player of the current times. Kaya naman, ang second or third wave, gaya na nangyari sa Singapore at South Korea, pwedeng mangyari sa atin uli, kung saan lahat tayo ay aligaga at walang humpay ang pag-aalala. Ayaw natin itong mangyari. At para maiwasan ito, o ma-ensure na hindi ito ganun kagrabe, isipin ninyo na lang parang sa basketball, hindi natin dapat hayaan maka-score ang COVID-19. Bantay sarado tayo. At lahat may maiaambag dito. Bawat pamilya, bawat barangay, kayo ang all-star defense team. Bilang all-star team, 2 rule book ang atin sinusundan. Una, ang minimum public health standards at pangalawa, minimum health capacity standards. Ayan po, nakikita po ninyo sa ating screen. Base sa ating national targets na nailathala po natin sa ating Administrative Order number 2020-0016, ang Minimum Health System Capacity Standards for COVID-19 Preparedness and Response Strategies. Ito ang siyang magiging gabay ng ating mga sektoral at lokal na pamahalaan sa kanilang pagpapaplano. 30,000 RT-PCR tests ang kailangan gawin kada araw. 5 to 6 million sets ng PPE ang kailangan natin kada buwan. At para naman sa atin ICU capacity, 6,000 na bilang ng ICUs at 6,000 na piraso ng mechanical ventilators ang kailangan natin na paglaanan ng investments. Ang bawat rehiyon naman ay kailangan paghandaan ang mga sumusunod. At least isang biosafety laboratory level 2 na may kapasidad na mag-RT-PCR test. At least isang dedicated referral na ospital, pasilidad, floor or wing na para lamang sa mga may malubha o kritikal na sakit. At least isang ICU at MechVet kada 25,000 na tao ang dapat na isaalang-alang para sa mga may malubha o kritikal na sakit. At least 30% na additional na kama ang kakailanganin para sa mga pampubliko at pribadong ospital para ma-accommodate ang mga pasyente na may COVID-19. Ang bawat probinsya naman, kailangan magkaroon ng sumusunod na katao. At least 1 epidemiology and surveillance officer kada 100,000 katao. At least 1 contact tracer kada 800 katao. At least 1 barangay health emergency response team kada 1,000 katao. At least 10 o 10 trained staff para sa testing. Kinakailangan naman ng mga sumusunod na infrastruktura para sa mga probinsya. Una, at least isang temporary treatment and monitoring facility kada 2,500 na tao. At least isang ambulansya or medical transport. At least isang dedicated na transport para sa specimen at least isang dedicated na funeraria o crematorium. Kung gagamitin natin ito para sa probinsyang Nueva Vizcaya, halimbawa lamang, na may projected population na higit sa 480,000 para sa taon 2020. Ito ay nangangahulugan, ang actual target nila ay 5 epidemiology officers, 602 contact tracers, 482 barangay health emergency response teams, at minimum na 10 tao trained testing staff. Para naman sa facilities, ang target ay magkaroon ng 193 isolation beds para sa mga temporary treatment and monitoring facilities, at least isang ambulansya para sa mga pasyente, isang transport na dedicated para sa mga specimen, at isang designated funeral home or crematorium para sa suspected or confirmed COVID patients. Itong mga ito ay minimum targets na magsisilbing gabay para sa atin mga LGUs. Samantala, para sa public health standards, ang bawat pamilya ay dapat nagagawa ang mga sumusunod. Palaging paghugas ng kamay, pagsuot ng mask paglalabas, physical distancing. Samantalang atin mga establishmento at otoridad dapat nagagawa ang mga sumusunod. Palaging nagdi-disinfect, limitasyon sa pagtitipon, temperature screening, symptom screening o hindi na pinapapasok ang empleyadong may sintomas. Ito ay mga safeguards na kailangan natin gawin para maiwasan ang pagkakaroon ng virus, mapigilan ang pagkakalat at masiguradong handa ang mga katauhan at infrastruktura para talunin natin ang COVID-19. Sa lahat ng mga nasabi ko, 2 bagay ang gusto kong maalala ninyong lahat. Una, mabilisang mass tracing na may sapat na contact tracers and kailangan para hindi makalusot ang COVID at agaran ma-isolate. Ano ba ang sapat? Contact tracer per 800 katao. So, isang halimbawa muli, ang syudad ay may populasyon na 40,000, kailangan nila ng 500 contact tracers na immobilize. Pangalawa, dapat ma-inspire tayo sa ginawa ng mga lungsod ng Baguio at Cebu sa kanilang contact tracing. Ang kombinasyon ng paghuhugas ng kamay at pagsuot ng mask at physical distancing ay ang bitamina natin ngayon laban sa COVID-19. Maraming salamat po. Para po sa karagdagan impormasyon patungkol sa contact tracing, panoorin ang video sa Facebook page ng DOH.
Okay, questions. Unang-una, Trisha Tirada, 1 question, 2 follow-ups. Strictly, please. Go.
Sir, good afternoon po. Sir, my first question is for the workforce. Since nag-open po yung maraming industries, we're expecting movement. Paano po yung magiging dynamics ngayon, sir? For example, kailangan na ba, ano yung mga kailangan dala ng mga tao? Do they need to bring their IDs? May mga checkpoints pa po bang dadaanan? And yun dun po sa transportation, since limited pa rin, paano yung mga walang access to their own private vehicles, for example, yung mga workers. Kasi po ngayon sa mga groceries nangyayari, we're hearing stories from employees na naglalakad po sila just to get to work. And yung OFWs po ba, allowed po ba sila na mag-process ng mga papeles nila ngayon sa POEA?
Secretary Anyo, DILG.
Yes. Kapag ang pinag-uusapan natin ay ang area ng modified ECQ, makikita natin na kukunti lang naman yung difference sa ECQ. At dito, ang mga workers dapat ay isa-shuttle ng kanilang mga kumpanya. Doon sa GCQ ay magkakaroon na tayo ng pagbubukas ng ibang mass transportation. Kailangan dala nila yung kanilang ID, certification of employment, para sila ay hindi na maabala sa checkpoint.
Sec Galvez, yung tanong po sa POEA, pwede ba sila mag-process daw ng mga dokumento nila?
Palagay ko po, tanongin po natin si Secretary Dole. I believe pwede naman po yun dahil kasi kung sa processing, okay lang po yun. At saka karamihan po sa processing is online and also kung kailangan yung kailang physical presence, limited lang po yung tinatawag nating time.
Okay, next question.
Second question, sir. Doon naman po sa itong decision po natin about the ECQ and ECQ. Sir, kasi may questions ngayon na ni-raise or problems na ni-raise about the accuracy of the data na meron po yung DOH. Experts say those are alarming errors na yun po yung pinagbabasihan natin ng mga decision natin. Is this decision final? Are you still going to reconsider it considering the errors? And yung testing, sir, problema pa rin po. Yung targets, we're still far behind the targets. And yun nga po, may problema pa rin po tayo sa contact tracing. The system is not yet efficient.
Secretary Galvez?
Hindi, ako po ang sasagot niyan.
Yes.
Maraming salamat.
Okay.
Akin lang
Secretary
po,
Duque.
Yes, maraming salamat po, Kalihim, Harry, Roque. The Department of Health appreciates the concerns raised by the UP COVID-19 pandemic response in its policy note number 6 dated May 8, 2020. Ang DOH po ay gumawa na po ng mga hakbang para po makorek itong mga tinatawag nilang data errors found in the April 24 and 25 data drops, as well as other inconsistencies communicated by private citizens through the COVID tracker at doh.gov.ph. As early as April 26, we have since caught and corrected these issues, and we very much appreciate the UP Resilience Institute for raising their concerns. No? We assure the public that the issues raised are less than 1%. Maliit pa sa 1% of the whole data set and does not prejudice the overall interpretation of data and decision making. We continuously rectify the data the moment we identify any issue. For example, inconsistencies in the formatting of the date, case classification, and proper identification of the location. Nevertheless, the DOH remains committed to transparency, and we welcome feedback from expert community. Moving forward, for utmost transparency, we will include more details on the specific rows that have changed from the previous day. Building and using high-quality data systems normally takes months of effort, while the crisis has demanded that existing systems be improved and scaled out in real time. DOH is currently rolling out a new digital epidemiological surveillance information system. Tawag po dito COVID-Kaya, that has been developed in collaboration with the World Health Organization Country Office. This new system automates several data collection processes, which is expected to minimize encoding errors. And panghuli na lang po, ang DOH ay nagpapasalamat sa mga epidemiologists sa WHO, ay epidemiologists of the University of the Philippines, Manila College of Public Health, ang Thinking Machines Data Science for their immense support in data validation and analysis. The daily data drops would not be possible without their guidance and expertise. We are collaborating with a range of institutions, and we welcome other data engineers, data scientists, and specialists willing to contribute to this effort, as this is a matter of national importance. Tama po kayo. We strive to continuously improve our data collection and reporting systems, and we welcome all the feedback we receive from the public. Maraming salamat po.
May dadagdag ata si
Sir,
Secretary
last
Galvez.
question. Yes.
Tama po tayo na ang impormasyon ay siyang pinaka-basis sa decision-making process natin. At ang nasabi na nga po ni Secretary Duque na maliit na porsyento lang po ang nakita natin mga discrepancy. Sa amin po, sa pag-implement po namin, ang aming pong data ay binabase sa LGU data at saka sa DOH data. Kung mayroon man discrepancy, ang ginagawa po namin as chief implementer, pumupunta po ako sa baba. Tinitingnan po talaga ang impormasyon. Yun ang tinatawag nating validation. So, I believe hindi po tayo nagkamali na magkaroon po ng shifting dahil kasi po naman yung shifting po naman natin is natawag nating dahan-dahan at saka po hinay-hinay lang po lamang. Ang pagkakaiba lang naman natin na nakikita natin sa transition natin sa ECQ at saka yung MCQ is yung pag-open ng ating business, kasi hindi po talaga pwede na mayroon tayong extended ECQ ay mamamatay naman po ang ating economy. At nakita po natin na ang COVID ay ito'y matagalang labanan, at hanggang wala pong vaccine ay talaga pong kailangan din po natin yung tinatawag natin yung economy natin to sustain it. Ito po ngayon, gumagawa tayo ng konting opening na hinay-hinay, gradual at saka incremental opening for the opening of our economy. Kasi po, pagka po nangyari po na hindi po natin inopen ang economy, we will gonna bleed. Sa ngayon po, nag-contract ang economy natin sa negative 0.2. And we cannot sustain this fight kung wala po yung COVID. Yung isang basis din po namin, kaya kami nag-opening, for the past few days, ang ating pong debt ratio ay medyo may kababaan as compared to other countries. At tinitingnan po natin, sa old active cases natin, 8,493, ay mahigit na 88% ang mild. 7,520 lang po ang mild, at saka yung karamihan po, 892 asymptomatic. Ang severe natin at saka critical is only 8%. 52 po ang severe at saka 25. Ito po ang mga basihan po ng data natin. Ibig sabihin, tumaas na po ang healthcare capacity natin dahil marami na po tayong recoveries over death. At the same time, marami na po tayong mga mega facilities. Kanina po, ang Philimbest, nandun po kami sa Secretary Duque, may additional 108 bed capacity na po tayo. Meron na rin po tayong testing capacity. Ngayon, tumaas po ang testing capacity natin sa 8,000. At ang ating mga private sector ay nagdo-donate pa rin po ng mga PCRs at saka mga automated extraction machines. At the same time, ang ating po mga LGUs ngayon po ay nagiging nakikita natin aggressive. At the same time, talagang nakakapacitate na po natin ang ating LGU. So ito po yung mga basihan po ng ating po pag-ibig.
Pagpaumanhin niyo po, no? But I will have to amend what I said earlier. One question, one follow-up lang po dahil lahat po kami attend ng 2 p.m. IATF meeting. Yusek Raki?
Okay, Secretary, from PAGASA Inquirer, may we know when the Office of the President will release the executive order regarding the guidelines for distribution of the second tranche of the SAP? DSW, they said they cannot start distribution without said EO.
Okay, hindi po iyo ang inaantay natin. It's a memo from the OSAP, no? At lalabas naman po yan siguro itong linggong ito para mapagsimula na nga yung second tranche, no? Maricel Halili, TV5.
Hi sir, magandang hapon po. Kay Secretary Anyo, sir, may we have your position lamang po about doon sa birthday party? Mga photos ng birthday party ni NCRPO Chief Sinas na kumalat po sa social media because it seems na hindi po nasunod yung social distancing.
Okay. Yung insidente na yon ay hindi naman matatawag na birthday party. Ito ay isang manyanita na isang tradisyon sa military at police service na nagsimula pa sa Philippine Military Academy. Na kapag ang commander ay birthday, ang mga key officials niya ay nagbabati ng happy birthday at the dawn or early break of the morning. So gano'n na nangyari doon, hindi talaga sa party. Kaya lang sa panahon ngayon, that is uncalled for, no? Sabi ko nga, meron tayong tinatawag na delikadesa. So mga ganyan, stop mo na yung mga ganyan activity. Now I leave it to the Philippine National Police to conduct an investigation kung meron ba talagang naganap na violations ng mga quarantine guidelines, no? But as I said, no, wala siyang tinatawag na deliberate partying. So tingnan natin kung ano lalabas sa investigation ng Philippine National Police.
May one
But sir,
follow-up?
will you discourage these things to happen again? And ano po yung possible na liability, not only of NCRPO Chief Sinas, but of course all the other police who attended the event?
Yes, actually I've already directed all bureaus and offices under the ILG, and I hope pati din sa ibang government offices na sa panahon ngayon uncalled for yung mga ganyang klaseng pagsasalo-salo, gathering, no? Titingnan natin kung ano yung magiging appropriate sanction or whatever, kung ano yung resulta ng investigation.
Yusek Raki?
Secretary, Secretary
Opo, from
industry
Tina Mendez ng Philippine Star, what are the guidelines for individual sports such as boxing, swimming, gymnastics, skiing, bowling, wrestling, powerlifting, and mixed martial arts, etc. under modified enhanced community quarantine and GCQ areas?
Secretary. Okay, ang ating athlete ang sasagot yan, Secretary Lorenzana.
Thank you very much, Secretary Harry. Yung mga contact sports, hindi pa pwede ngayon. Maybe as we go down the road at medyo lumuwag-luwag yung ating mga pwede na yan. But ang authorized lang ngayon ay yung no contact sports like biking, tennis siguro, and golf because they can distance themselves from each other. Yung kasing boxing, wrestling at saka yung ano pa dyan ay hindi contact sports yan, nagkakalapitan yan at saka nag-aakapan pa. So wala pa tayong guidelines dyan dahil hindi pa authorized. Thank you.
Follow up?
Opo, may air travel restrictions po ba sa NAIA since naka-modified ECQ na tayo? Paano po ang inflow ng passengers from abroad? How about domestic flight? And what about airports and seaports under GCQ areas?
Secretary Galvez.
Sa ano po natin sa ngayon, mayroon na po tayong pinapatupad na tinatawag na controlled inbound flight. Ang flight na to ay para lang po sa ating mga returning OFW. So hindi pa po talaga open ang commercial flight. This is only open for OFW. Ang ano po natin ay more or less 400 to 600 people lang po ang ina-allow natin or more or less 2 to 3 flights a day. Yung travel naman po sa nasabi na po kanina na yung po between GCQ and GCQ areas, pwede po ang inter-island. Pero po sa ECQ, hindi pa po pwede ang air travel at saka yung sea travel.
Pero ang tanong po, pwede na bang air travel from GCQ to GCQ?
Nandun po sa ating guidelines po. Pwede na po yung GCQ to GCQ, pwede na po yung tinatawag na inter-island travels.
Okay, next question please. Yusek Rocky.
Apo, ang tanong ni kay Tina Mendez pa rin, please comment on the proposed US sale of 2 billion helicopters, $2 billion dollars to the Philippines despite the soured relations between the two countries due to the termination of the VFA. The U.S. State Department has given its go signal for the sale of 6 Boeing Apache AH-64E and 6 Bell Viper attack helicopters worth close to $2 billion or 100 billion pesos. This early, the International Coalition of Human Rights in the Philippines, United States chapter has demanded accountability from Washington. The group noted that the arms sales would be headed to Duterte's state forces who are becoming only more ruthless under COVID-19, said Drew Elizarde Miller, ICHRP U.S. spokesperson, in a statement.
Secretary Lorenzana.
Thank you very much for that question. Alam nyo, itong pagbibili natin ng attack helicopter ay nagsimula pa nung mga siguro 2016 o 2017. At namili yung Air Force ng mga platform, iba-iba, kasama na yung Apache at saka Viper, at saka iba pang mga attack helicopters ng ibang bansa. Ngayon, usually yung United States, kailangan ng go signal ng State Department kung magbibinta sila. So, yung Air Force humingi ng details kung bibili tayo sa US at inabot sila ng ilang more than 1 year, I think almost 2 years bago nila masagot yung ating mga tanong. So ngayon dumating, wala naman itong koneksyon doon sa ating pagputol ng ating VFA or pag-terminate ng VFA. Continuation lang ito ng ginawa na beforehand. Ngayon, yung pirang I think that's 1.5 billion to 2 billion for 6 helicopters, attack helicopters, ay hindi natin kaya yon. Ang pera lang natin na nakalaan para bumili ng attack helicopter ay 13 billion lang. Kung bibili tayo ng attack helicopter ng ganyang halaga, ay baka isa o dalawa lang mabibili natin. Kaya tumitingin tayo sa ibang bansa ng attack helicopter na mabibili natin na medyo madami-dami sa halagang ibinigay sa atin ng gobyerno. Ngayon, yung komentaryo ng mga bumabatikos ng ganyan ay sinagot ko na yan kasi mayroong nagsabi na bakit daw yung mga leftist side, sabi bakit nabibili tayo, bakit hindi natin ibigay na lang sa mga tao. Agree ako dyan. I agree that buying these helicopters is, I think, we would rather give it to our people. Kaya lang, ang sabi ko, itigil ninyo yung inyong armed struggle. At titigil din namin na pagbili ng ganitong armas. Kasi 50 years na kayong nanggugulo dyan, gusto ninyo mapigilan kami pag-angkat ng mga panglaban sa inyo, pero hindi naman yung ititigil yung inyong ginagawang armed struggle. Salamat po.
Yes, si Joyce Balancio, DZMM.
Secretary Roque, just to clarify, no, yung mga nabanggit natin na mga industries na papayagan sa modified ECQ, these will be allowed to operate only dun sa mga matutukoy na buffer zones and outside of the buffer zones kung saan wala pong confirmed COVID cases?
Well, they will be allowed to operate kung sila po ay wala dun sa critical area at saka dun sa labas na zone, no? Pero in general, yan po yung mga industries, except kung yung barangay where the factory or the business is located ay nasa critical area, mapapasa ilalim pa rin po sa ECQ yung barangay na yon o yung zona na yon. Okay? Secretary Galvez?
Yung tinatawag nating mga opening ng business, pag ano po yan, pag-uusapan po ng LGU at saka ng business sector po yan. Yun lang po ang nagbigay tayo ng general guidelines. Kaya po nakita natin, normally yung mga business corridor po na yan ay normally located sa modified GCQ at saka doon po sa nasa buffer zone or yung areas out of buffer zone. Ito mga tinatawag nating mga economic corridors at mga safe area. So ngayon, maganda po nag-uusap ang business at saka po yung LGU para pagtulungan po nila. It will become their motivation. Pagka nag-open up po yung ating tinatawag na critical zone ay malinis po natin, kung nandun po ang economic area, ay pwede pong yun ang magiging motivation po nila.
Yes,
Okay.
ito po,
Sir, another question po
pinapakita po namin uli yung different zones, no? Yung critical zone at containment zone. So yung mabubuksan ng negosyo, dapat po nasa buffer zone or outside buffer zone. Dahil kung nasa critical area o sa containment area, hindi pa rin sila mabubuksan. Okay, next question.
Apo. Sir, naging recommendation po ni Finance Secretary Sonny Dominguez po kay President Duterte yung pag-hire ng contact tracers among Filipinos na nawalan po ng trabaho this pandemic. So, approve po ba ito ni Pangulong Duterte at meron na tayong naayos na sistema paano tayo mag-hire, qualifications, paano po ba ito?
Well, si Secretary Anyo.
Yes, gagawin natin yan because it's not just because we modified or we put some ease or relaxation in our community quarantine ay wala ng virus at wala ng COVID. Tumaas lang yung ating health capacities kaya can afford tayo na magbawas ng mga restrictions. But for 2020 and even 2021, we will continue to test, trace, isolate, treat. So kailangan ang pinaka-workforce natin talaga ngayon ay ang ating mga contact tracers. So sa LGU levels, mag-hire tayo. Dito rin sa ating national agencies, meron din tayong i-hire dyan kasi integrated ang effort natin, no? National, regional, provincial, down to the municipalities. But of course, these are all led by our local chief executives sa kanilang mga respective task forces. So we expect that we would hire and then we'll also conduct training, capacitate these contact tracers. This is the only way we can really identify those who can be isolated and tested.
May qualifications po tayo, Secretary, para lang po alam ng mga kababayan natin if they will be qualified to apply.
Dagdag lang yun sa sinabi ni Secretary Anyo. Ang pangunahing dahilan kung bakit naiminungkahi ni Secretary Sonny Dominguez na mag-massive hiring tayo ay para magkaroon ng pera yung mga tao. Kasi nga matagal na nawala ng mga trabaho, kadamihan sa mga mamamayan ay nawala ng trabaho para magkaroon silang pera dahil kung walang pera yung mamamayan ay hindi naman gagalaw yung ekonomiya natin. That is the first and foremost reason. Marami pa nga ibang panukala kung paano natin pang paramihin yung mga pwedeng ma-hire ng government, hindi lang sa contact tracing, kundi sa construction na sector. Thank you.
Okay. At ang pinarating po sa akin mensahe ni Secretary Chua, i-empleo naman po itong mga taong to kung hindi po permanent, temporary basis, no? Hanggang bumalik sa normal ang sitwasyon. So, pero meron po tayong sapat na pondo para dyan. Yes, Joyce? One more question, Joyce? Yes, go ahead, Joyce.
Apo, Secretary, umaapil po ang bayan muna dun sa naging nilabas natin no, na dagdag na import tariffs on petroleum products. Sabi nila baka daw po mag-cause ito ng spike in food prices. Ano po ang guarantee natin na hindi ito dagdag burden sa ating mga kababayan?
Minomonitor po yan ng ating economic team at nung pinataw naman po yan, all-time low ang presyo ng ating gasolina at other oil products. No? So kung talagang mag-spike po yan, ititigil din po yan. That was very clear from the imposition. It's a temporary excise tax. So kung talagang tataas, babawiin din po yan. Si Yusek Rocky, please.
From Secretary from Belia Carriazo of Bandera, can we have balanced reactions sa study po ng endcoronavirus.org saying Philippines ranks as one of the worst performing ASEAN countries in combating COVID-19 alongside with Singapore and Indonesia?
Well, isa lang po yan siguro sa mga naglalabas ng ratings, pero yung naunang lumabas po ay isang Tuluna study, Black Box of Singapore, na nagpapakita na pang-anim daw tayo sa pinakamagaling na magresponde sa buong daigdig dito sa COVID-19. So mas naniniwala po ako dito sa Singaporean study nito dahil hindi ko po alam kung saan itong endcoronavirus.org nito. Next question, please.
UP experts have questioned the accuracy and integrity of DOH data of COVID cases. UP experts said data being provided by DOH have significant implications on the reliability of scientific analysis on COVID-19.
Yusek already answered, less than 1% ang dinidispute nila, and the Department of Health welcomes contributions from all sectors. Now, next question, please. Si Joseph Morong by Skype.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon po. Good afternoon, Secretaries. Can I go to Secretary Duque, please?
Yes, please.
All right. Secretary Duque, can you tell us honestly what happened dun sa mga nasa green areas yesterday? We announced na no community quarantine, but then you changed it. What happened? And can you describe to us the situation there? Ano ba dapat ang magiging itsura noong mga green areas yesterday? What are the activities that are allowed and not allowed? And how different is this modified GCQ from the GCQ that we know?
Well, unang-una, napaliwanag kanina ni Secretary Anyo, nagkaroon kasi ng honest mistake doon sa inilabas na resolution na kung saan ako ay nakapirma kasama po si Cabsec Nograles na ang representation sa akin ng isa sa mga staff ko sa Secretariat ng IATF na walang babanggitin munang mga lugar. At ang akin pong paniwala ay nung pumayag akong gamitin yung TRO.dot signature ko, ay ang pag-uusapan lamang doon sa resolution ay yung konsepto nung atin modified ECQ from ECQ to modified ECQ and then GCQ to modified GCQ. So nagkaroon po ng honest mistake. At kasama ko nga po yung staff na yon para kung kinakailangan magpaliwanag, handa naman po siya magpaliwanag.
Sir, yun lang kanina sa question, no? How different is that? This is my first question, Secretary Roque. How different is that from how different yung modified GCQ sa GCQ?
Well, siguro we can reserve that for tomorrow, no? Kasi as you can imagine, parang presentation ko yan sa modified ECQ red, no? But we'll attend to that tomorrow in more detail. But Secretary Lorenzana wants to contribute something.
Dagdag ko lang doon sa sinabi ni Secretary Duque. Nung lumabas yung resolution na yun at nag-viral, maraming mga naepektuhan na wala ng quarantine ng mga areas, probinsya, na nagsabi sa akin kung pwede, hindi mo na sila aalis. That's one of the factors. Everybody, I think almost everybody do not want to get out yet. Hanggang hindi sigurado na wala ng COVID sa kanilang area. And I think that is a very reliable gauge kung ano yung nangyayari sa mga lugar na yan. Thank you.
Well, Joseph, let me just add, no?
Yes.
Dahil we're still on community quarantine, wala pa ring large gatherings, including religious gatherings, at wala pa rin po pwedeng yung industriya under the negative list na mag-operate. Secretary Anyo will also add.
Since yesterday, there are many mayors and governors texting me and calling me regarding their concern. Kasi sila ang responsible dyan at very abrupt kung tatanggalin mo kagad yung quarantine. So from GCQ to modified GCQ, ay marami silang measures na pwedeng implement and at the same time, makakapagluwag na rin sila ng konti. Pero meron pa rin sila mga imposition para makontrol pa rin natin yung movement at saka makontrol natin yung pacing ng pagbubukas ng mga industries. At higit sa lahat, pati yung mga borders nila ay magkakaroon pa rin ng konting control. So ibig sabihin, yung sinabi nating dahan-dahan, hinay-hinay, so ganun din, from GCQ, bago ka pumunta sa new normal, may isa pang phase doon para masanay din yung ating mga tao, yung ating mga kababayan.
Okay, one more question, Joseph.
Batch of questions. Yes, sir. Industries that are open, sir, soundbite purposes. Apparently, may marami tayong mga seniors that are very excited to go out, no? And also, yung liquor ban natin, ano po yung situation ito, liquor ban and seniors under all these quarantine measures that we have?
Secretary Galvez? Nakita natin sa seniors, meron tayong niluwagan, especially yung paano sila tinatawag natin makalabas through biking, yung tinatawag natin mga exercises. And I believe yun ang nakikita natin na pwede po muna sa ngayon dahil kasi nakita natin na they are still tinatawag nating vulnerable sector. So yung sa ngayon pa lang muna sa MCQ, sa modified ECQ, yun muna ang po natin, yung tinatawag natin na mayroong mga na social distancing at the same time, pwede sila makapaglakad, makapag-walking, makapag-biking, and so forth and so on.
At pagdating naman po dun sa exceptions, syempre, even if it is modified ECQ, seniors can go out kung wala silang kasama to get their necessities, as well as kung sila ay nagtatrabaho, pakita po nila yung employment ID nila, which is also the rule under ECQ. Yusek Rocky?
Huwag din kalimutan yung pagsusuot ng mask.
Ay, opo. Sabi po ni
Dahil sa paglabag sa
Duque, yung pagsusuot po ng mask.
Secretary? Question po from Rose. Question from Rose Novinario. Ang tanong niya, inaresto ng pulisya ang libo-libong mamamayan dahil sa paglabag sa quarantine protocols at batay sa ulat ng United Nations Council for Human Rights, ika-4 ang Pilipinas sa mga bansa sa buo na may pinakamataas sa kaso ng COVID-19 related human rights violations. Kasunod daw po ng Nigeria, Kenya at South Africa. Ano daw po ang mayroon kay NCRPO Chief Major General Debold Sinas para hindi arestuhin at ikulong rin dahil sa pagdaraos ng birthday party sa paglabag sa social distancing at mass gatherings?
Well, already answered na po yung second question. On the first question, we have a message here from the PNP Chief, Gamboa. He will implement the rule of law. He will go through all the incidents involving alleged human rights violation and he will punish those who need to be punished. But for now po, we will rely on presumption of regularity in the discharge of their duties. Pero lahat po ng complaints will be addressed by the PNP. By Skype, si Cecil Morelia, please.
May I ask the Secretary Duque po? We're still in World War C as the Health Department is saying it. And parating na po yung rainy season and with it usually the dengue season. How big a risk will this confluence of two pandemics affect the deadliness of the coming dengue season, as well as will it affect the deadliness of the COVID-19 po, Secretary?
Well, the risk from dengue is a permanent one because, as we all know, the climate of the Philippines makes it vulnerable to outbreaks of dengue. But thankfully, the data that we have today show a 30% decline of dengue cases, except for some other areas. But I'll have to get back to you on that precisely to inform you which areas these are. But of course, the confluence of the dengue, the rainy season, and the expected rise in dengue cases will certainly pose a burden to the health system's capacity. Dahil meron po tayong COVID na inaatupag, ay syempre hindi po natin pwedeng pabayaan naman ang mga non-COVID infectious diseases katulad ng dengue, polio, measles. So binabantayan po ito ng ating mga surveillance officers at ang mga hakbang naman po ay nakalatag na kung paano po tutugunan kung sakasakaling magkaroon po ng pagtaas ng kaso ng dengue at mga iba pa pong mga infectious diseases. So, hindi po tayo nagpapabaya. Pagdating po sa mga kinakailangan na pagtugon o pagresponde, ay nakahanda po naman ang ating Department of Health, ang ating pong Centers for Health Development, at patuloy ang kanilang pakikipag-ugnayan sa mga pamahalaan lokal na sila po naman ang direktamenteng may responsibilidad sa pangangasiwa ng kanilang health system's capacity to respond to all sorts of epidemics.
Just one follow-up po, Secretary. Are there studies showing that the SARS-CoV-2 interacts with the dengue virus? Does it make either more deadly if the two interact? If they interact in any way?
Wala po kaming scientific data to support that hypothesis. But of course, alam natin na kapag meron kang dengue, ay isa sa mga komplikasyon ng dengue ay ang baga din ang tinatamaan. So kung meron din COVID threat, ay talagang magiging critical o magiging malubang-maluba ang kakalabasan ng kanyang clinical course at kinakailangan talagang tutukan po ito. Kaya ang pinakamaganda po sa lahat ang prevention, ang pag-iiwas po na ito ay makakalat at makaapekto sa ating po mga kababayan. Kaya naman po ang pagpupursige at pagpupunyagi ng inyo pong Department of Health ay walang humpay para nga po talagang maiwasan ang pagkalat ng mga sakit na nabanggit ninyo.
Yusek Rocky?
From Pia Reñado Procular, with MECQ only in Metro Manila, Cebu City, and Laguna, how will the IATF involve the local chief executives of these places in its decision making? So far, it seems the mayors only send their recommendations. Will they be invited to join IATF meetings for better and more targeted coordination?
Secretary Anyo?
Yes, we will have not only a meeting but also a consultation and workshop with these local chief executives together with our health experts on how we are going to make the interventions in their specific areas that would be classified as critical zone and containment zone and buffer zones. So we are planning together with Secretary Lorenzana, Secretary Duque, and Secretary Galvez, probably tomorrow or on Friday, we will have this meeting. And from there, we can go to the specifics.
Yes, by Skype, Melo Acuña, please.
Yes, good afternoon, Secretary Roque. Good afternoon. I hope everyone's okay. For Secretary Duque, allow me to ask Secretary Duque. Governor Cuomo of New York said they found that most of those afflicted with COVID-19 were homebound. How far have you gone in the research in the Philippines to establish the majority of the COVID cases, Mr. Secretary?
Well, sa ngayon po, ang inuna nga po natin binabantayan, ito pong mga COVID cases in the closed settings, no? Like jails, Yun din pong kasama natin ng WHO, nagmamatsyag po tayo doon sa mga orphanages at saka doon din po sa mga home for the aged. So inaantay ko lang po kung ano ang resulta ng kanilang mga surveillance activities. Pero tama po kayo na meron nga pong ulat mula sa New York kay Governor Cuomo na high risk talaga itong mga homebound individuals for COVID infection.
Last question po.
Yes, may tanong pa rin po dito, Secretary Duque. Ano daw po yung medical explanation bakit bawal yung angkas pero pwede namang magkasiping yung mag-asawa?
Hindi sigurado kung asawa niya yung kaangkas niya.
Ay, hindi raw sigurado kung yung asawa niya yung kaangkas niya. Anyway, madali lang po. Siyempre, pinagbabawal natin yung mga close contacts. Ano po, dahil alam na po natin na ang mode of transmission via respiratory droplet at kung magkalapit ang mga tao, ang tsansa na magkahawaan ay napakataas. Kanya, yan po ang isa sa mga ipinagbabawal natin. Kaya meron po tayong social distancing, kung tawagin.
Yeah, thank you very much for Secretary Lorenzana.
Tapos na po. Yusek Rocky, only 2 questions
Opo,
po.
from
Pasensya na po.
Eileen
Yusek Rocky.
Taliping of Abante Tonight. Sa balik probinsya, bagong PAGASA program, lahat po ba ng gustong bumalik nasa probinsya ay maaaring maka-avail sa programa? Sino po ang mga dapat i-priority at may garantiya ba na lahat na mag-a-apply sa programa ay hindi tatanggihan?
Well, lahat po ng gusto mag-apply, pwede po kayo mag-apply. Lahat naman po yan ay meron po tayong palantutunan na susundin. Totoo po, meron po tayo mga priorities. Ang mga priorities po natin ay yung mga gusto na talagang bumalik permanently sa probinsya. Pangalawa, yung mga informal settlers po natin na gusto na rin umuwi, lalong-lalo na yung mga nakatira po doon sa mga danger zones dito sa Metro Manila. No? At siyempre po, yung mga PWDs na nais din umuwi ng probinsya, kasama rin po sila sa mga may prioridad. Wala pong i-deny na application, pero ang assessment po ay gagawin na titignan po talaga kung po pwede talaga silang magkaroon ng bagong buhay doon sa gusto nilang balikan ng probinsya.
Isa-isa daw pong nahuli ng mga otoridad ang mga nagbabanta sa buhay ni Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte through social media. Yung teacher humingi na ng sorry sa presidente, patatawarin ba siya ng Pangulong Duterte? At ano po ang pananagutan ng mga nagbabantang ito sa social media? Hindi lamang sa Pangulo, kundi pati daw po kay Vice President Leni Robredo at mga anak ay pinagbabantaan din. Epekto kaya ba daw ito ng mahabang ECQ dahil sa COVID crisis?
Well, yan po yung ongoing police investigations. Di na po kami magkokomento dyan. Hayaan na po namin ng mga police na mag-imbestiga. No? Kakasuhan naman po sila kung mayroong legal na basihan. Si Huang Zheng. Yes, ma'am? Si Yellow.
Hi, Secretary Roque. Thank you so much for giving this chance. My question is to Secretary Lorenzana, because I know last night there is a donation come from Chinese military to the Philippine government. So I would like to know, is that the first batch of donation from a foreign country's military side to the Philippines? And how's our comments about this donation?
Yeah, I was the one who received the donation from Ambassador Wang Xilian last night. And it's a donation of medical supplies, mostly PPEs, from the People's Liberation Army. And it was brought by an People's Liberation Army Air Force to the Philippines. It is about 200,000 yuan, which is equivalent to about 1.4 billion pesos. And we are very thankful to the PLA for this donation. It will go a long way to help our fight against COVID.
So this batch of donation will be used to all the frontliners, or will be just specific to the military frontliners?
It will be part of the inventory of the OCD, the Office of Civil Defense, which is under the Defense Department, and we support all government hospitals and some private hospitals if they are in need of this equipment, PPEs especially.
Yusek Rocky.
Okay, from Arian Meres ng ABS-CBN News Online for Secretary Roque. For self-employed Filipinos na walang work ID, halimbawa po ang mga kasambahay, how can they travel, for instance, if they are from a GCQ area going to an ECQ area or vice versa?
Kung kasambahay po, hindi naman kinakailangan kasi yung inter-zonal travel po, kinakailangan sa indispensable industry lamang. Pero hindi po kasama dyan ang kasambahay. No? Pero unfortunately, dahil nga po ang pag-travel from GCQ to ECQ is only for industries na allowed, kinakailangan po talaga ng identification card. So sa mga self-employed, pwede naman sila gumawa ng card nila at pakita nila kung ano talaga yung gagawin nila at saang industriya yon. No? Pero indispensable po yan kasi otherwise mababaliwala yung ating quarantine kung lahat ng tao po pwedeng lumipat. No? Next question please.
For Secretary Anyo, paano po daw makakaapekto ang bagyo sa summer ngayon sa coronavirus response ng gobyerno? May preparations o plano na po ba ang gobyerno kung paano pagsasabayin ang disaster response tulad sa mga bagyo at sa coronavirus response?
Yes, matagal na nating pinaghahandaan yan. Sa mga pagpupulong na ginawa natin sa local government units, meron tayong tinatawag na OPLAN or Operation Listo, na kung saan andito yung ating protocols kung paano haharapin anuman sakuna, lalo na yung bagyo. Every year ay ginagawa naman natin ito. Katulong ang NDRRMC, ang local DRRMC, nakahanda na po tayo dyan. Pati yung ating mga relief goods na ipamimigay pag dumating yung disaster o bagyo. So ang mangyayari lang naman, kasama sa ginagawa natin paglaban sa COVID, nakahanda rin yung ating LGUs. At siyempre kailangan kahit sa ating pag-atubang sa mga ating mga disasters, i-observe pa rin natin yung minimum health standards, physical distancing, wearing of mask, at ano pang mga panuntunan.
Yes, next question please.
From Angel Ronquillo ng DZXL, kasunod ng sinabi ni Pangulong Duterte na hindi nakakayanin pa ng pamahalaan ng second wave ng COVID-19, ano ang magiging batayan para muling ibalik ang isang lugar sa ECQ, considering na may backlog tayo sa result ng testing?
Well, malinaw naman po ang mga batayan dyan. Yung bilis po ng pagdoble ng sakit ng COVID-19, yung kahandaan na magbigay ng critical care at kinikonsiderin din po natin ang ekonomiya. Hindi po magbabago. So kung dumami po yung cases na ang pagdami ay hindi masasabayan ng abilidad na magbigay ng critical care, babalik po tayo sa ECQ. Kaya nga po flexible tayo. No? Wag po natin isipin na nakataganan sa bato na pag hindi na ECQ, hindi na babalik sa ECQ. Kaya nga po, ginagawa po natin unti-unti, dahan-dahan, hinay-hinay dahil ayaw natin magkaroon ng second wave na naging karanasan na ng napakadaming bansa na nagbukas ng ekonomiya. Next question please.
From Sam Medalnila, Business Mirror for Secretary Galvez, ilan na po sa mga over 20,000 OFWs in Metro Manila and nearby areas ang na-test? Ilan po sa kanila ang nag-test positive for COVID-19? Ilan po sa nasabing OFWs ang napauwi na?
Ito po sa atin, sa talaan po natin, meron na po tayo 20,569 na na-swab. And then 12,000 na specific na po naibigay sa Philippine National Red Cross. Ang result po ay meron na po tayong 5,439 na may result. At ang result po nito ay 5,268 ang negative. At meron po tayong 171 na positive. Ito po ay 4.4% na nasabi pong testing. Meron na po tayo na 4,593 na meron pong quarantine certificates. Ito po ay ngayon ay pinaplano na po ng Marina at saka po ng DOTR at saka ng Philippine Coast Guard para po makauwi na po sila sa ngayon.
Is the National Task Force daw po for COVID-19 considering another week-long suspension for inbound flights considering may over 40,000 OFWs ang expected na ma-repatriate this month up to June?
Sa ngayon po, nag-implement po tayo ng tinatawag na controlled inbound flights at ang inano po natin ay tatlong flights lang po ina-allow natin on more or less 400 to 600. Pagka po naubos po yung 24,340 na OFWs na declag na po natin yan, pwede na po tayong mag-angat. Yung pong mga inbound na seafarers ay nandito po ngayon more or less na 16,000 na ships. Ang ginagawa po natin ng paraan na mapadali po ang kanilang pag-test para po makauwi rin po sila.
For Secretary Duque, will the country participate in the upcoming virtual 73rd World Health Assembly? If yes, what issues will the country raise during the event?
Well, yes, we will certainly participate. I think this is going to be on the 18th. I have already prepared my address to the World Health Assembly. And of course, we will raise issues with regard to COVID-19 and what would be the best measures, if any, that other countries have put in place, and that if they could facilitate the transfer of knowledge, additional information, so as to improve further our national government response to the continuously evolving COVID-19 situation.
For Secretary Duque pa rin po, when will the country's participation in World Health Organization Solidarity clinical trial for drugs that will be used for COVID treatment? How many Filipino patients are expected to be enrolled in the said activity?
It's now ongoing, and if my recollection is right, there are about 500 participants for the different medicines such as remdesivir, the lopinavir, ritonavir, ribavirin, and also the beta interferon, interferon beta. These are all part of the WHO-initiated solidarity trial. And the objective of this is to really prove whether the anecdotal report as to their effectiveness or efficacy must be validated via this solidarity trial, so that this can help us manage more effectively COVID-19 cases, especially the severe and critical COVID infection.
Siguro, last question
For Secretary Roque,
Yes, go.
Secretary Roque, may list daw po ng build projects which are expected to resume soon. May BBB projects na po kaya na scrap because of the COVID-19 crisis?
Wala pa po akong nakukuha ang listahan, pero alam ko po lahat yung ating build na major, binigyan na po ng go signal ng IATF na ipatuloy. Kukunin ko po yung listahan exactly. No? But I think yan po yung mga BBB na i-implement, lahat po yan tuloy na. Well, pasensya na po, it is 1:30. Ang tingin ko po sa aking mga kasamang kalihim ay pagkain na sila. So kinakailangan na po tayong magtapos. Sa ngayon, maraming salamat, Yusek Rocky. Maraming salamat sa Sambayan ng Pilipino. Alam ko po, mahirap ang buhay natin ngayon. Meron tayong modified modified ECQ patapos po ng May 15. Pero ito naman po ay para sa ating kalusugan. Unti-unti, dahan-dahan ang ating ginagawa. So, sa ngalan po ng ating Presidente, ito po ang inyong spokes, Harry Roque. Keep safe, Philippines.
Okay.
At ako'y natatakot sa COVID. Ayaw ko mahawa ang aking mga anak. Kapag sila'y na ospital, di ko sila mababantayan, maalagaan. Kaya siniseryoso ko ang pag-iingat. Laging nakamask, nagpapalakas, at iniiwasang lumabas. Konting tiis, magtatagumpay rin tayo. Pero sa ngayon, mag-iingat ako. Takot ako sa COVID.